AI and senior living, this our next 5 years are about to, for some, it's either going to be a gold mine or it's going to be the toughest years of your life that you've ever had in business. We are on the cups of like the next dot-com boom, right? You have the AI boom, and then you have the silver tsunami, which is what it's called. It's the baby boomers. So in 5 years, all baby boomers will be 65 and older. That's 75 million people. That means that if you are in the senior care industry, you have people in your neighborhood right now that need your services, or you have family members that you could be nurturing and talking to and building those relationships with, right? Um, we are going to go over all of that stuff today because a lot of people are scared that, oh, AI is going to replace me. Don't listen to, well, some of you guys should listen to it. Like if you're a receptionist, you probably might get replaced, because I can replace you right now with an AI agent. I already have one, and it does everything. It schedules, it books, it talks to me, it talks back, it thinks. So receptionist maybe, but like if you are good at what you do, like me, I've been working with seniors for over 20. But let me introduce myself. My name is Erika Crossley. I'm a senior living expert, and I have been working with seniors for over 20 years exclusively. Home health, hospice, senior living, you name it, I've managed it, sold for it, made money from it. So I can train an AI to be me as a senior living expert and be just fine, right? My skill set is very valuable. I can place my skill set in AI and replace myself and be 100% fine, which is actually what I have every intention on doing. Okay. But don't think about AI if you are in senior care, because once again, we're on a boom. This boom will probably never happen again in my lifetime. An extra.com boom, because I missed the first one because I was a baby a little bit. The dot-com boom, and then the silver tsunami. If you pay attention to AI, you're going to make a whole lot of money. You won't be scared. You're going to realize that AI is a tool. AI is innovation. It's an imagination, right? If you can imagine at this point, if you can imagine your tasks being delegated, your productivity increasing, your sales increasing, AI is that tool that can literally make that happen. So don't fear it, but most certainly pay attention and learn something. So today we're going to go over, I'm going to start with the smaller communities, because I have received a lot of emails and text messages and Facebook posts from some of the things that I've been posting lately. And a lot of people are curious, which is they should, because it's AI. So let's just go on ahead and get started. What I posted yesterday was pretty much just saying I'm sorry to all the senior living operators and investors that don't have a system in place, because my AI is gonna come and make things so much harder for you because I'm designing it that way. And it's not intentional. It's not to destroy you or anything like that. But the people who want to compete in the space of the internet, our cell phones, they're coming to me. If you want to continue to walk the halls and give cookies and coffee to social workers and case management, you go right on ahead. We're gonna let you, because if you think about right now, if you were to go take a meeting with a case manager, social worker, we're in Houston, traffic is now building up. So you get on your phone and you're like, okay, my day is pretty much over. I want to ride traffic out. I want to go to a restaurant and enjoy a happy hour. Are you going to pull out your computer and type and search websites and look at all these different websites to figure out, what am I going to eat out here in Spring, Texas? What am I going to eat? No, you're going to go pull out your cell phone. You're going to go to Google Maps or Apple Maps or whatever. You're going to go look at the reviews, who has the 5-star reviews, the most reviews, the best images, the best videos. You're going to make a very rapid and quick decision, and you're going to push directions. Now, if you have a little bit more time, yeah, you might go to the website just to kind of be like, oh, let me see what the more pictures look like or whatever. But you're pretty much sold within the first 15 seconds of you being online and doing your searching, because that is the psychology of how people make up their minds now. We're not living how it was 20 years ago when I started. We're living in an age where People value their time. People value their experience. People value other people's experience. So if you're not putting yourself out there, you're relying on this might, stir the pot a little bit. But if you're relying on placement agencies like myself or Place for Mom or any of those other big brokering sites who that all the business is coming to them and then they cipher it out to, like, not me, but 20 different facilities, not myself, I don't do that, but 20 different places, all of your competitors, so that client can make a decision and they capitalize off of that. If you feel like that's going to be the way that things are going for the next 5-10 years, you are sadly mistaken. Because my AI is meeting people, the adult child caregiver, where they are, which is on their cell phone. If you think about someone who has an aging parent, or they're in a situation where they don't teach us this in school. They don't teach us how to care for aging parents and adults and aging and all of this good stuff, right? So if you think about the natural transition that it takes for someone to find solutions that they're looking for, they're going on their cell phone at 8 o'clock at night on a Saturday, and they're looking for, dang, my mom, she just fell again, or she's confused, or like my dad is the breadwinner, but he's also getting confused, and he doesn't know the password to his bank accounts, and nobody knows. Like, they are going through things and they're trying to find resources. Do you think that they're really about to search a gazillion websites, or do you think that they're looking for something that's pinpointed and narrowed directly to the resources that they're looking for? And that comes from validation from other people, what other people recommend, videos, images, and things like that, right? This is the way that people are searching now, and AI is going to amplify that 10 times better. If you Google right now, generative AI on Google is going to come up. If you say average cost of senior living in Houston, Texas, it may or may not give you a list of one-page results, or at the top it's going to do the research for you and give you the answer. You want to pop up on that answer. You don't want to be page number 2 or 3 because you're still living 20 years ago and you're like, oh, SEO, I have to pay $800 a month for SEO to get referrals. Like, listen, those senior living operators are literally still paying for SEO in 2025. And guess what? I'm going to let you guys, because I'm doing this video now because I'm passionate about it. I love it. I think it's exciting. I can't wait to replace myself so I can go off and live in another country. So this is what I'm trying to prepare you guys for, like, just to kind of wrap your mind around where we're going. And then let's go to the hospital systems. So let me give you a scenario. Let's take Texas Medical Center, because I think that Texas Medical Center has done a fantastic job at positioning themselves as being innovative, as being tech forward, right? So if the hospital systems are tech forward, do you think that they're not going to be so as tech forward to streamline the discharge process? And it's happening a little bit right now, but it's not happening to the extent that my imagination says that it can go. And so I'll give you an example. Let's take the little old lady who, very common, little old lady in the shower, she fell, broke her hip, goes to 911 to the hospital, the physician patches her up. She has Medicare, by the way. The physician patches her up. She goes to, let's say, inpatient rehab. Then she discharges to a nursing home. Then she discharges home with home health via a placement agency. If that placement agency sends the client to, let's say, Ray Ray's house, I don't know, because we're talking about 6 beds here. Let's say an unlicensed 6-bed facility, which I wouldn't. But your cousin Ray Ray is the caregiver, and he doesn't know how to handle her. He doesn't know how to do proper transfers or baths or anything like that. She goes back to the hospital within 30 days. A lot of small facilities don't realize that Medicare goes and takes money back from every single agency, business, physician, hospital, or whatever that touched and billed for that client. Medicare is going back and taking money. So this is costing the hospital systems millions of dollars, millions. And the case manager or discharge planner or whomever, they're written in their notes, hey, discharge Mrs. Such and Such home with home health via placement agency from a perfect fit, Erika Crossley. She's sent to Ray Ray's house. Now they know me. They know you. They if they could imagine, right? Because AI is nothing but imagination. If they could imagine a AI system, and somebody's probably going to take this idea, where this AI system can just go and scrape the internet for all of the communities in her zip code, let's say 77494. They take all of the top rated people, the people know, like, and trust these communities. It's like the internet is doing the research for them, and then they present those options, the top options that already has social validation, to the clients versus a piece of paper versus here. You know what I mean? Here's a list of communities, and here's some, I have a home health, here's some brochures. Listen, AI, they're going to catch up. And so where does that leave the people without websites, without social medias, without a story to tell, without any of those things? It's going to leave you in the dust. You're going to have a really hard time building and sustaining your business when you're not even competing. And this goes not just for small communities. This goes for every type of community, every type of business, because this is just the way we're doing it right now. Right? It's just not as amplified. So if I can imagine it, somebody else can imagine it too. Somebody can create it. Methodist, if you want me to create it, just, call me and let me know. But so let's move on. So one thing that I've realized from talking to a lot of the owners, every community is different. This is not a one size fits all. When you're talking about senior living businesses, I would think that, their problem is just generating leads and referrals. Oh, it goes so much more deeper than that. And it's crazy because every community is different, because the essence of every community is different, which I personally think is a beautiful thing. And I personally advise my clients to hone in on your authenticity, hone in on what makes you unique, because there's so many facilities at this point. We can just say small, medium, or large. Oh, we give good care. Not good enough. What type of clients do you accept? Oh, we take some of every. Nope, not good enough. If you feel like all you want to do is just attract the client that has $3,500 for a semi-private room, man, my AI is going to make it so harder for you, because you're not even going to register on a system that the clients are even looking for. So my advice would be, know who you are, know who your avatar is. Your avatar, by the way, if you don't know what it is, it's like, who's that person down to the specific detail that wants to move their parent into your community, right? How much money do they make? Can they afford $3,500? Are you in the right neighborhood? Are they within a 10-mile radius? Are they looking for dementia resources, Parkinson's? Are they looking for a place for their dad or their mom who's a veteran and has PTSD, and they really just want them to be calm and relax and be around people who can relate to them? Is your mom antisocial and she just really wants to be left alone and knit without there being a lot of noise and a lot of people? Like, what is your essence? Put that online. But you got to have a website first. You have to have a social media first. And then and I just want to make a quick note on the placement agency part. We're valuable. I'm not taking away from other placement agencies or big box agencies like A Place for Mom. Obviously, they're a $1 billion company. Obviously, they're valuable. Obviously, somebody sees value in what they do. So to me, good for them. They've dominated the market, and good for them, and then good for me, because I hone in on the neighborhood aspect, on the personal aspect, and other people like me. And so we all serve a purpose. However, I've been doing this for 20 years. It all looks the same. We're marketers, placement agencies, everybody does the same thing to get referrals. They walk the halls of the hospitals and the nursing homes. Some more than others take, the cookies, pens. I grew up passing out pens, like in the nursing home to get referrals for hospice. So I get it, right? But if you think that we can't replace ourselves, because I'm trying to replace myself, if you think that the hospital systems aren't going to streamline the discharge process so it saves them money and it raises their customer satisfaction outcomes and all of these other different things, you're just sadly mistaken. Okay, so keep in tune with your authenticity, because it helps people like me to sell you better. It helps you to sell you better, but you have to know who your avatar is. So really spend time honing in on that. And if you don't know who your avatar is, get on ChatGPT and figure it out. We don't really have enough time for me to teach you all of that stuff, but ChatGPT, I feel like, is a fantastic teacher. You don't have just that. You have Gemini, which it's okay. You have Claude, you have DeepSeek, or you have all these different AI tools now. So just Google one and start working with that one to figure out your avatar, figure out your pricing strategy. Are you even charging enough? In Texas, everybody charges $3,500. I don't know how some of them are surviving when you have 24-hour caregivers and you're only accepting 6 clients, but that's just me. So once again, I'm telling you to take your talents to ChatGPT, figure out your avatar, figure out your essence, figure out what makes you unique. Then create a website, have your social medias, because your website and your social medias is an excellent way for you to get new business and new clients. But 98% of the people that I talk to literally only have a website. And they're doing SEO. Okay. So if you have a tech department, like if you're a Brookdale or Atria, you have a tech department. I'm not talking to you. You know way more than me. you have a whole team for this. They're like, Brookdale is dominating the senior care market because they have a system in place. They have AI in place. They have data. They have social media. They have an online presence. If you decide to Google anything about Brookdale, you're going to find more information than you care to find, good or bad, but they still have a story to tell, and they still have a way of taking your information from the internet, nurturing you, and possibly convincing you to come in for a tour. And that's all my AI is doing, but on a smaller, more intimate scale, right? But it's hard for me to even do that if you don't have a website or a social media, which is why I'm saying, if you're one of the people that maybe feels triggered right now, you're one of the ones that my AI is just going to make your competition just eat your lunch. So let's see what else. Some of the key things, the ecosystem every senior living or senior business, senior service should have, that, so shockingly, like, nobody has a CRM. What's a CRM? It's not your Excel spreadsheet. It's not your beloved Excel spreadsheet that tells you everything, like who the doctor is and where the client came from, and that's not it. You're living from 20 years ago. And I remember it because I used to be the one updating the Excel spreadsheets for these communities. Okay, this is not it. If you feel triggered right now, you should, because I'm telling you, you hold on to your beloved Excel spreadsheet all you want to, but I want you to remember, every time you're putting a new contact on your little Excel spreadsheet and not in an actual data-driven CRM, you are Blockbuster. And if you're doing things the way that we've been doing it in the last 20 years, you remember Blockbuster, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. Blockbuster let Netflix eat their lunch because they did not want to evolve. They were scared of technology. They're like, oh, it's not going to work. Everyone loves us. This is the way everyone does it. This is the way I'm Netflix. If you want to be a Netflix with your senior living too, come holler at me. But so everybody needs to have a CRM. Your CRM is your book of business. It's yes, Dr. Singh sent you 5 referrals last month from your marketer, but 2 months ago from your marketer, but you haven't seen anything from Dr. Singh since. This is running data. This is analytics. This is, you know, when it comes down to me, predictive analytics. Like this is all of that good thing. You know everything about your business. So if a marketer comes to you and says, and their numbers are low, why you have your meeting, why are your numbers low? Great marketer. Oh, it's slow everywhere. Well, according to data, it's influenza season and seniors are piled up at the hospital and the nursing homes because it's influenza season and it's pretty bad right now. So what do you mean it's slow everywhere, especially for you, right? But you don't have data to back up anything that your sales rep is saying. You have nothing to validate it. You don't see trends because you have your Excel spreadsheet, but your Excel spreadsheet doesn't allow you to break it down and ask specific particular questions that are bottlenecking your revenue, right? So if you don't have a CRM system, you're not even competing. So what I would suggest is have your website, have your Google business page, because I'm an Android girl, so I use Google for everything. So I know exactly how quickly Google produces the results that you're looking for based off of keywords. And then have a CRM system, have an automation system, which is what I do. Have an automation system that takes all the business from social media and from Google and the internet, and it funnels that into your CRM system, aka your book of business, and then it nurtures those leads. It sends them emails, text messages. Mine schedules tours because I'm real big on call to action. The call to action to me should be come into the building, right? Especially if you're having a problem with your census. If you don't have a waiting list at this point, your call to action should be come tour ASAP so we can you're looking right now. We have an open bed right now. We're trying to bring that synergy together as quickly as possible. And so if your business stops at 5 o'clock on a Friday, but you have the adult child caregiver who's looking for resources for her parents because, you know, another episode of whatever has happened, you're missing out on that business. Why? When you have AI that can answer the phone at midnight and have a whole conversation with them, answer their questions, because all they want to know is how much you charge, because you don't put that on your website. You don't put how much you charge on your website. Everybody's website looks the same. Levels of care, ADL, bathing, grooming, toileting, activities, salon. We have physicians that come in. We have home health, hospice. Everybody is marketing the same thing. But what if my dad is a veteran and he is an honorary type of guy and he doesn't want to be around a lot of people? He has $4,000 a month to spend, but he also doesn't know about aid and attendance. That could be the one thing that brings this client specifically to you, but you don't even have that on your website. You don't even have aid and attendance listed for somebody who just found out about aid and attendance to find you. So there's no authenticity. There's just a blanket one size fits all type of dilemma. So if you can hone in on your social media, your website, your CRM, your automation, now you're bringing the people who are specifically looking for you within your neighborhood to you. Intertwined with all of that, you should definitely have data. And we talked about that already, so you already know where that comes from. But think about it. Now you have your system in place. Why wouldn't you want to have data that shows you who's interested in you, who wants to give you business, who wants to come and tour your community? Everybody isn't for you, right? And that's okay, because that's what makes the world beautiful, is everything isn't for everyone. But you do want to know, as a business owner, who wants to give you money. So why don't you have that information readily available? Is it because you have a marketer who's probably doing multiple jobs? Because it's 2025, it is what it is. I train them, I teach them, I've created systems for them. I mean, sales reps are smart now. Like they're listening to, like, everyone isn't under a rock when it comes to AI, and everyone isn't scared. Some people see AI as a tool, like I do. I feel like, hey, let's just have fun and ride this wave. You know what I mean? Let's see what's gonna come from this, and let's see how I can replace myself and make a whole lot of money and have AI agents doing all the work for me. I would totally love that. That's me personally. Sales reps are, especially fantastic sales reps, are entrepreneurial minded. They're trying, they own their business. Like, okay, if I have to get 10 or 20 a month, I'm trying to get 10 or 20 a month so I can get this bonus. Why wouldn't they want to use AI to help them if AI could just give them the leads for the people who are looking for them, or help them to make better contacts with the case managers and social workers and nurture them and be omnipresent? And so you have to realize that the technology out there exists. But are you going to be scared and be left behind? Are you going to do things the way that we did 20 years ago? Are you going to be Blockbuster? Because the side that I'm working with, we're going to let you be Blockbuster. If you want to run the hallways and give out cookies, pens, and donuts, let them. If your competitors want to do, let them. If your competitors want to use their beloved Excel spreadsheet, let them. Let them. Oh, nobody else is, let them. Let them. If they don't want to have a system in place because they feel like, well, we've been doing, good so far, and we're at 90%, which is great to me, but because I've seen some that are like at 30%. But if that is satisfactory for you, not having a waiting list, not being able to expand, not being able to attract quality clients, staff, all of those good things, if you don't want to use AI to work smarter and not harder, I will let you. But just know, I'm here right now letting you know that I have something fantastic, and I'm giving it only for 10 communities. It doesn't matter where you are. Most of my following comes from California and Texas. So I'm pretty sure the people who are interested are going to be from Texas and California, which is completely fine. But I only have room for 10 because I sign NDAs with my clients. So I can't use any of their success stories. I can't use the ideas that worked for them when I really wish that I could, but I can't. So with that being said, I do need 10 to come to me. Allow me to make you money. Allow me to give you a book of business. Allow me to give you a system. Allow me to put that system in place. In exchange, I need your testimony, and I do need to share some of your metrics. I won't share your name unless you allow me to, but I won't share any patient information or anything like that. Just ROI, conversions, cost per lead, all the technical stuff like that. So if you're interested, you can give me a call or a text 346-546-5654. My name is Erika. I'll put it somewhere in this profile. But other than that, I really, truly hope that this helped. If you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, because I would love more people. I would love to form a community of senior living AI innovators that are coming together to make a difference, because this isn't just about money. This is not about getting new clients, getting new business. This is literally about serving people who are literally looking for you. If you're good enough to service people, like people who come to you, they have Parkinson's, they have dementia, and their families just feel like you saved them. Why wouldn't you want to use AI to attract more of that to you so you could be impactful? So this is much bigger, and you have to follow the lead of the leaders. Texas Medical Center is number one, hands down. At least they have convinced us so. And so why not follow the leaders? They're number one for a reason, because they innovate. This is the future, guys. Talk soon.